Hello and thank you for joining me today. This video serves as the walkthrough and tour of our home.arpa website. The following sequence will be followed after every restart. That includes when you first receive your device. Every home server reboots into an encrypted state and must be decrypted. To start, let's go ahead and enter our default PIN, which is going to be the number 1. Next, go ahead and enter the device's FAK, or factory access key, as printed on the front of the device. This key acts as the master password for the device, acting as both the root password and the default encryption key for both the vault and the pre-configured NAS. Let's exit admin mode for now. Let's enter the Portals tab. Here we can see all of our pre-installed services, along with an additional service I myself have added to this home server, our custom search web service. You can find it and many more like it at Awesome Self-Hosted, link below. Next, I want to show you our onboard documentation hub. This comes with every device, and every documentation hub syncs itself to our GitHub repo. This is intended to eventually be an all-inclusive manual, allowing anyone the ability to fully manage their home server even if the internet goes out and the lights stay on. Of course, it comes with a dark mode. Next, let's take a quick look at our file browser service. It behaves like any traditional cloud service, offering a login portal. The only other service native to the device without user management is the YAR project. The intention is that system administrators can use the RSS reader as an internal and site-wide information hub. Let's go ahead and re-enter admin mode. All of the buttons here work exactly as you would expect and are genuine systemctl commands. Jellyfin status here is exactly what you would see on a remote shell. We can easily start and stop services. Next, let's check out the Upload tab. Let's add a blacklist item. Items we add to this list are filtered server-side. We will never display the listed folder name or any of its descendants. This lets you craft a streamlined set of folders you can upload on your NAS. We can control from here if it's required to enter the device's PAN order to upload. We also store a comprehensive history of changes and uploads. The NAS comes with a set folder structure and set of permissions that are easy to reset. The Allow button lets us force the website to upload to any folder regardless of what it was set to prior. Be sure to put the permissions back if you've needed to use this. The Default button lets us set what folder will be set by default when we reopen the Upload tab. Let's go ahead and upload a couple files. You can see I've saved a recipe to the NAS recently. We select a couple files, press Upload. Enter our PIN. And we can clear these out if we need to do more. Let's go back to the Stats tab in admin mode. We receive a live moment-to-moment feed and store it in these charts. This is served individually per client. No devices on the network have asked for an IP address since we've rebooted. Let's click the eye icon at the top of the component and leave admin mode. Some things have changed. You can see that the leases component has been hidden. Let's enter admin mode. Tabs can be hidden. Support for just one tab. Or even no tabs if this is for admins only. Because our only visible tab was the admin tab, that's where we've entered into. A majority of the website's code is dedicated to just this tab. If you had used the Allow button in the Upload tab, this setup and NAS button is how we can easily revert prior permissions. This button will attempt to set a predetermined hierarchy of folders and permissions on any mounted NAS. Let's go ahead and unlock our drive. This is going to use the stored NAS key and attempt to decrypt it. That failed, so it's going to prompt us to enter the password. This is what happens if we use the wrong password. The device has been successfully decrypted. Now we can mount it. And now I want to make sure I have all my files backed up from one drive to the next. Let's go ahead and sync now. That's going to continue in the background until it's finished. You can also schedule the drives to be auto-sync. The admin and key system on board the device we're going to cover at length in follow-up video. Let's take a look at how we handle updates. We use a discrete module system. Each individual module is designed to handle a single task, and each module can individually turned off. Each of these are public individual GitHub repos. This means you can fork and maintain your own system independently the moment you possess it. The OS module is probably the most important. I would advise you to always keep this one on. At the bottom is the website itself. You can fork the website and maintain that separately as well. The logs are accessible here. Everything is entirely transparent. We believe users should be entirely in control. Updates can be conveniently scheduled. The device hosts its own certificate. Let's take a look. You must refresh this every 824 days. You can easily download the bundle. Included are the instructions to complete the certificate install per platform. Here are the steps to renew your self-signed certificate. We have really tried to make what's normally a painful experience into one you don't even remember. We have a custom theme system that reads from a file. We have plans to add a tab just for making your own themes. So we actually have an extra tab here that doesn't come natively or out of the box. Our backup tab is still in development, but let's take a look. We are genuinely using it here to back up our database and get repos to Backblaze. This tab is still under development, however. Let's go ahead and uninstall backup tab. But first let's take a look and see how we can add new tabs. Anyone can make a tab. You can install any tab that can be validated by simply providing the GitHub URL and branch name, and checking that you understand how severe the consequences of this can be if malicious code is accessed. Let's see what it looks like to uninstall a tab. This is the device's disconnected screen. It simply means your client isn't actively connected to the server. And now we will wait for the process to complete. I'm speeding things up. Seems I've refreshed too soon. The client starts every connection by asking for the version number. If the version number doesn't load, we know that the website itself isn't being served yet. Hit the refresh button once more, and we see the backup tab is removed. About a minute, not bad. Let's get back to dark mode. Let's re-enter our Premium Tab Manager. We can see Backup tab here still if we want to reinstall it. Because it's being worked on locally, it's not able to be updated via this checkbox. If you want to see under the hood everything is exposed, we support infinite tabs. Next, let's take a look at our indicators. First is our Tailscale indicator. Unaffiliated, however leveraged to significant effect, here you can control your entire device's tailnet name and connection to Tailscale. Tailscale allows you to connect your device remotely anywhere in the world, with secure end-to-end encryption layer. You will need an account with them to use this service. Next is the Private Internet Access and Transmission Indicator. Unaffiliated. Best for our customers' needs. All credentials are transmitted and stored securely, and each device is onboard vault. Our Service Status Indicator. And our proudest achievement. This power indicator started as the foundation for our server-to-client broadcast system. Notice it doesn't take much power. That's because everything is installed on bare metal. In regular mode, information is limited. Let's add a portal next. A portal is comprised of a name, description, how we control it, and its URL. Thanks to repos like Awesome Self-Hosted, finding new services to satisfy any need is made painless. We're adding a link to an external service. We can also link to internally hosted services using the onboard unbound DNS. We support infinite services. easy to clean up after ourselves. So let's recap. We're offering a product with 10 native services. Is as plug and play as self-hosting can get. Expects users to add their own services, to add their own code, to explore and learn. That keeps the power in users' hands. It with a React front end and Flask backend. Entirely open source. Buy once, own it forever. Thank you for watching our presentation. We sincerely hope you will join us in creating a home.arpa on every network. Goodbye.